I'm just sitting here thinking in my time of waiting, like just going through the motions of, hey, how you doing? Just going through the motions of, getting the jitters out, to be honest. Like, for whatever reason, I be sometimes uncomfortable on the camera, but I just be knowing that I feel like I'm being watched. But anyhow, you know what I'm saying? I see great things coming. I see nothing but abundance. I see nothing but abundance. I just saw 111. I'm learning that, like, it don't matter who watching or who not watching. Like, I know that I'm speaking to someone. I know I'm doing a great work energetically just by me sitting up here. 133, I just saw it again on the clock. Anyhow, I want to just do this real quick. Since it's already live, I'm going to just go ahead and speak on it. My phone on 10%. But I want to talk about accountability and how, like, you know what I'm saying? I encourage people. I get up here and I show one side, you know what I mean? But authentically, like, I got to be upfront with y'all and let y'all know, like, the guy that you see in, the videos, you know what I'm saying, is me, of course, you know what I'm saying? However, the other side of me, like, some of the dark things about me, in which this whole topic is about, is accountability. Is like, I'm not proud of how I, put myself in different places and, kind of force fed, not giving myself the room that I now know I have and I had, you know what I'm saying, to speak up for myself, do for myself and stuff. So I did a lot of self-sabotage, and that self-sabotage turned into, like, me hurting other people. Like, when people say, yo, hurt people, like, hell yeah, what's up, y'all, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I, being one of those hurt people, like, I had to, in one way, like, I would take it out in the gym, but then in the other way, I would take it out in relationships. You know what I'm saying? And in relationships, like, I didn't, you know what I'm saying, grow up with a mom and a dad. I didn't really grow up with a stable foundation. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because, I found that in relationships, friendships, business, whatever, like, even jobs, like, we don't hold ourselves accountable. Even when it comes to the simplest things, is like following the rules. Like, one of the things that I've gained to, like, learn is peace is everything. And I wasn't peaceful at one point in my life. I was just as abusive as other people were when I was growing up. And so in those relationships, like, it's just things today that I see, that I'm aware of, that it's like, you didn't have to do that. Like, you didn't have to handle that situation like that. And that's because at one point I wasn't choosing gratitude. Like, I wasn't choosing, you know what I'm saying, peace. I wasn't choosing happiness. Like, it was really turning me into a monster, that, like, I became that monster at that time. And, you know, the one of the reasons I'm here today, like, just present, making these videos, talking, and, you know what I'm saying, getting all this stuff out, is because it's I can't shake it no more. Like, I can't hide it from the world no more. I cannot afford any longer to hide myself, like, thinking that, I gotta put up this forefront and wear this mask, and, you know what I'm saying, like, people gotta like me and look this way. See, I was taught that. Like, I wasn't taught just to, you know what I'm saying, be myself. I was taught just to, you know what I'm saying, do what other people do, and if you stand out, don't stand out too much. Like, nah. So I was, you know what I'm saying, oppressed by, like, friends, family, you know what I'm saying, that created self-sabotage. And it's like, I'm not proud of it, but I'm proud of me getting through it and figuring out, like, you know what, that right there, what you were taught, like, they only knew what they knew at their time, and it's not justifying they right or they wrong, but just to put me in a position at a hot seat and bettering myself. I was just like, boom, I'm gonna keep going forward, and I'm not gonna do what somebody else told me to do. Like, for instance, like, turning the other cheek. Turning the other cheek is not just on the physicality where, like, you can get beat up and then you just let somebody punch you in the face. Like, nah, Like, turning the other cheek is not speaking up for yourself. I did not speak up for myself. I have gone through so much and would not speak on it. Like, no outlet, no nothing. Now, I'm not saying that everybody is like that. I'm just speaking for me. Like, and that's because it was like, who want to sit and listen to somebody talk about a whole bunch of hurt and sorrow and pain? Like, it's not even worth it. But then, like, I came to realize, like, this story is worth it. It's something that's real. It's something that I've gone through, and I turned my other cheek in such a way that it was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm just speak different. I'm gonna talk how you talk, just to, you know what I'm saying, be on the same page as you, so you can like me. When it was like, no, like, don't turn your cheek. If a person doesn't like you for who you are, if people don't like you for who you are, you don't have to demand for them to respect you. Not to, they don't have to love you. They don't have to like no, like what that woman said was so real. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I had to forgive myself, and I also had to know where I stood in the places where forgiveness needed to be given out or received. Because again, I really wasn't this nice guy. Like, I wasn't. It was terrible. And I've learned that taking the steps towards bettering myself, meaning that saying what I mean and mean what I say, and becoming disciplined into my, it's like, as far as my responses and things. I was so used to reacting to shit. 7-Eleven on the jump. I was used to reacting to shit. It was like, you wasting all of this energy and you getting the same result. Like, you going in the same cycle. Like, and it was repeated. And I was just like, no, like, somewhere I have to hold myself accountable and be responsible. Because, like, we're creators. Like, we create our own worlds. Through my personal experience, I've been here before. Like, I've been here before. Like, I'm a weirdo. In other words, like, I'm an alien. Like, I know I've been here before. And so, like, it's like, that, for an example, like, stood me out from everything else, because I knew these things from a young age. And so it was like, I put myself in situations where now I know that everybody is not ready for, or wasn't ready for, the knowledge. It was just not that crowd. It wasn't that audience. I was so busy trying to preach and teach to people that, number one, they didn't even accept me for being a human being. Like, they didn't even see me. You know what I'm saying? It was like I was you know what I'm saying, a pedestal to people. Like, I could be stepped on. You know what I mean? And like I said, I turned my cheek, yo. I turned my cheek. I turned away from self, and it really brought out, like, the darkest side of me. And back, like, on it, still on the topic of holding myself accountable, like, I came to know that I was in all of those places when those things happened, and I had to ask myself, how did I get there to get here? And what was the lesson and the blessing for me to learn? Like, what was it for? And it's for today. It's to share with y'all. It's to share with the people who's watching this right now, that in your time of being reprogrammed and seeing things as they are, and opening up, you know, to the things that you feel and believe. Like, when you one thing I've learned most definitely, you gotta accept where you are and know that everybody ain't there yet. And you gotta be okay with that. Like, everybody is not there yet. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to force feed people. Like, that's one of the things I was taught at church. Like, you're going to hell if, you know what I'm saying, all people, if this person don't do this, then they going to hell. This person, like, what? Make it make sense. Like, just make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see the comments and stuff. I just ain't got to it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? When the finger was pointed at me to judge somebody else based on their height, their color, their hair, their background, their whatever, like, when I was in the right, when I got to a point of, like, really knowing and seeing how people manipulate and blah blah blah, like, being a child and just observing, it was like, dang, like, so this is how you get that. But it was all taught the wrong way. It was all taught the wrong way. Like, it, I even growing up in church, like it was taught not to hold yourself accountable. It was like hand the hot potato over to Jesus. And no disrespect. You feel what I'm saying? No disrespect to no one, what you believe in, your religion, whatever you practice. You feel what I'm saying? That is your free will. You have a purpose for that. You know what I'm saying? And when you walk into whatever you're supposed to walk into, like it, you'll see the truth for what it is. Things are just as they are. You know what I'm saying? But in the growing up in church, and like forgive me too, because like all it, like I'm getting so many downloads. I just feel like the people that's just watching, like I'm tapping into, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like you could be relating to this in some way, form, or fashion, but I just feel like I'm talking to, you know what I'm saying, a crowd of people. It may only just be 5 people watching and only just 1 like, but to me that's 51,000 people. You feel what I'm saying? And like that's what I mean by it wasn't taught like that. It wasn't taught like that in church. Like it would, like I'm talking about Sunday after Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. Like everybody was against the light. Like everybody, like myself, a black sheep. Everybody was against that, and it's like, why are we so competitive with one another, and yet we supposed to be like Christ? You know what I'm saying? And taught backwards too, like, yeah, hand the hot potato over there because somebody else came to die for you. But if I go out here and harm somebody, I'm gonna get the consequences for that. It ain't no pass the hot potato when you get caught. That's if you doing something to somebody or somebody did something to you. The most important thing is that when and this is what I've learned, when you raise your vibration, yo, like a lot of things are going to come against you, but that's when awareness, that's when you have to know for yourself, like, you know what, it's a reason I'm going through this, and I don't have to beat myself up. I don't have to become the crowd. I just have to adapt to the environment on a higher level. And sometimes you gotta remove yourself. Like, we don't even have to go to concerts no more in person unless we choose to. Like, we don't have to go nowhere unless we choose to. Meaning, like, we have the technology now. We have everything to stay at home and have a live concert at the crib. At the crib. And that's like another thing added to, like, what I learned separating from the church. I have had so many moments with God that brought me to a point of, you know what, you did this to yourself too. You did this to yourself too. That's also how you got here. You did this to yourself too. You ain't just physically beat somebody else up. You bruised and hurt yourself. I've expressed it in my other videos. Like, I've attempted to unalive myself. It didn't work. All of that sound positive, but why? Ask, why are you doing that? What is it? Is it by influence? Is it this? Is it that? You know what I'm saying? And not trying to trigger nobody or nothing, but this is personally me. Like, I had to be like, yo, why did you put yourself in that? You know what I'm saying? And not saying that no harm was ever done. I'm not trying to justify nobody like else actions. I'm just saying, like, holding myself accountable and knowing that I chose to be here at this time is like, I'm just going, I gotta take that. I gotta take that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take the fact that, you know, everybody ain't gonna like me. Everybody ain't gonna agree. Everybody is not gonna understand what I'm talking about right now. Somebody might be like, what is he talking about? Somebody may, you know what I'm saying? People just doing whatever people do. But it's like the whole point of it is just to stay focused and to hold myself accountable. Like, I can't be worried about who watching, who not watching, like whatever. I'm speaking right now. I'm speaking right now. I'm speaking right now. And what I'm thinking about as I'm speaking are the doors opening up, the people coming that need it, like the now the liability, you know what I'm saying, the avenues that I'm creating for people to have a safe space to come up here and listen to somebody that's real, and you know what I'm saying, and also get something out of it too is what I'm here for. If it's one, if it's just thank you, appreciate you, like. If it's just one, it doesn't matter how many it is. It's, when I see one, I see everybody. Like the whole judgment factor too. Like holding myself accountable again. How you gonna step into somebody else's pool or just feel like you can come and convert and dominate somebody else's world? No. No, let the ego go. Let all of that die out. You feel me? Like let all of that die out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't put my smoke out and everything. Like you feel what I'm saying? Just to speak about this. This is how like I'm in it now. I used to run from it. You know what I'm saying? I used to run from it. I hope everything that I've said has like made sense thus far. You feel what I'm saying? Because I want people to know like it's time. Like break free. Break free. Like years ago I would not do this. Like to me yesterday would not do this. But I've also learned like yesterday ain't got shit to do with tomorrow and neither one of them ain't got shit to do with right now. We can think about those things, you feel what I'm saying? But we can also like the now is also right now. You can make anything happen right now. The thing is that we're just slowed down by the resistance that's in the atmosphere, in the environment that we're in. And this is why you got to keep going. Like, it ain't about outshining the shine. You just shine. You just blend in with the sun and the stars that you are. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do. Like, my phone is literally on. I got the charger. Hold on. I'm going to see if it's still, if it's going, you know what I'm saying? Stay on the charger, whatever. But like to everybody, like, you know, I even it's on the charger now. I even told myself, you know what I'm saying, another reason why I'm here is because there's plenty of people that are gonna be awakening to things, and you know there's a voice out here just like mine that's gonna be able to interpret and illustrate and create and show people a different way. You know what I'm saying? I have learned to know through spirit that I'm a gatekeeper. I have a lot of responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? I've been granted the permission to do certain things on a spiritual level. And, you know, I see myself as being this emperor as well as this empress because we all have to have that balance in masculinity and femininity. And just like I've spoke on, you know, before, like I'm gonna speak on this when it comes to my transition. Uh, I didn't just transition; I transformed, and I transformed mentally as well. Like along the way, it's not about this vessel. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I take care of it well. You know what I mean? It's about I know what I saw, and at the time when I was younger, I just didn't understand what I saw. But transforming into this, I see like my greater purpose. I see my better works. You know what I'm saying? And I love what I do so much is that, you know, I've learned that the opinion of people is just as great as it's just as great as the ones that don't say nothing at all and the ones that support. It's balanced out all the time. It's balanced out all the time. People are justified through their opinion. People are justified through their thoughts. It's my world and it's your world. If we click, that means we got a connection. You know what I'm saying? That means that if we have a disagreement, it may be some resistance. You know what I'm saying? Or it just may be some gaps. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have to. I just feel like I don't have to run through loopholes to explain anything to anybody. If you know what I'm saying, if you on the wave, then you on the wave. But I'm not gonna push you out the boat. It's up to you. Like you, the captain of your ship. I just know I have a purpose, and your life. You coming across this video, and then somebody else is like, I know that we're all connected. I know that. I'm not saying that you have to know that. I know that. I know that for myself. I've seen that for myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like in the now, holding myself accountable. What's going on in here? I know it's some great things, and not just in here, in here. You know, and I mean, throughout, like I know that I'm a star. I know that we all vibe on this higher vibration. We just gotta learn how to, you know, continue to operate in that God light, and we're gonna be that. We can become that. I'm still becoming every day. This ain't over. This is not over. This is not over. This is not over. It's not over. What has it been? 20 minutes. I gotta read some of these comments. Do you consume marijuana? Is it anybody's business? Do you consume marijuana? I'll ask that. I live in the shed. I don't live in the shed. You said guess a number I'm thinking from 0 to 30. 5. Says I'm sorry. What you sorry for? Why you say I'm sorry? Thank you. Oh, hey, slick glasses. Thanks. I actually I've had these for a minute. They actually broke, but I was like, I think it's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Not having that piece because it would irritate my nose anyway. Alright, so I thought I had more comments in that, but I don't. So yeah. But yeah, I engage in some, you know what I'm saying, extracurricular activity, but it ain't no need to be. I mean, read between the lines, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't really here to be talking about all that for real, for real. You know what I mean? But you know, like, life is good, yo. You gotta live for you. You gotta live for you. You gotta live for you. I really, really, really had to live for me, and it was, quite honestly, it wasn't too long ago. It was some significant events that gave me some clarity on some. You know what? It don't matter who it is, friends, families, jobs, old habits, all of that stuff, yo. Like for real, old bad habits, and I'm talking about from that was like pouring into me, like I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I gotta get a praise all outside there, like that tree ain't think about me, it's aware of me. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to convert anybody to worship themselves. However, I don't want to be at war with myself, so I don't want to worship. I don't want to worship. I got gratitude though. I got all of that all day. I'm thankful. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. Don't and please don't get this twisted or misconstrued. I have great days and I have better days, and I also have days that I be like, I'm getting better at something. I'm doing something. I'm doing something because I see it, I feel it, but I feel something even greater. Like, what's the distraction? Like, that's what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no, like, man, I used to get up pissed. I used to wake up mad from dreams, just not setting a goal, not setting the tone for my rest as I recharge, during the morning or at night. 11:33 on the clock. Like, it was like, yo, and then I would be so angry. I would be so angry, so mad, so pissed, like, and just in the thoughts that would just in the mind that, like, I dismantle, knock all that shit down. Like, nah. Now I get up in gratitude. Now I get up and I journal and I record and I do what I need to do to make sure that I'm bettering myself each day. This helps me better myself each day. Getting up here and share my story, letting y'all know, like, what the real is, like, introducing myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what betters me each day. Like I said before, like, I looked up and I was like, yo, where was I? I got so much, I reached a milestone on YouTube and didn't even know it. Like, just not paying attention. Like, who do that? But I also know that I just allowed it to be. Like, I was reminded by the universe, like, ding, hey, okay, you skipped class, you good now? Yeah, I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? I'm good now. Like, okay, you got the belt. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about even experiencing things in the physical realm, but hearing and seeing it in the spiritual realm, it's like, yo, like I would hear dogs barking, squirrels come up to me. Like I love my squirrels in my backyard. To the person that said or asked me, do I live in the shed? No, I live in the house. I live in the house. Actually, it made 5 years not long ago. Not long ago, you know what I'm saying, I got into real estate and stuff. So I live in a house. I don't live in the shed. Now, I can honestly say, like, this is a part of my heaven. This is a part of my kingdom. This is a part of the land that I dwell on. So, yeah, I'm still in the house. I'm just in my private area of the house. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I ain't gonna lie too. Like, I haven't had like hot chocolate in a minute, and it's not like raw hot chocolate, nothing like that. I think it's called Swiss or something like that. Um, yo, this is some good hot chocolate, and I didn't make it with water either. I should have made it with coconut milk. I just made it with the no lac milk. I think it's still lac. I really think it's like, I think it say lactose free or something. I feel like it's something in there. But anyhow, it's good. I'm not gonna speak like bad on it because I don't want my body to be freaking out and be like, oh, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? That's another reason why, like, I had to wake up in gratitude. Like, I was just like, yo, no more dismantling self. Like, I have to mantle, like, the strength in me. Like, I done been through a lot. And folks that told me I don't do shit. I done been through a lot. I have conquered just as you have. Like, when I realized, the like, just my parents talking about the lack thereof when it come to money. I need $1 million. I need this. I need that. Blah blah blah. But it's like, if they think about over the years, yo, we all been millionaires like the whole time. The whole time. It's just a matter, like, I've learned now, like, you don't have to like work hard for nothing. You just have to be present. That's it. You just have to be present. And you got to be willing to know that it might be some resistance somewhere. But who is thinking about resistance? When you have a clear path, you are the light. Like, you are the light. Another thing I like that I didn't learn, you know what I'm saying, growing up. And I'm gonna get away from church. In my household was not taught that I can do and be anything and become whatever. It was always a be like this and be like that. Isn't the light separated from the darkness? Yeah. If I shut this door right now, it's gonna be dark in here. So there's a threshold between. So it's like, I used to exist between the threshold. And I got tired of it. I learned to exist. I learned to be in the present. It is what it is. I learned to be here for me. I learned that when I was homeless, like, I didn't beg nobody. I didn't even ask nobody for nothing. I would just be walking on my prayer walk, and I would find change. And a lot of times, more than enough to get some crackers to keep my stomach full, give me a little bit of noodles to have some broth for some soup, and get some drink, water. And a lot of times that was free. If I needed some coffee, that was available to me too. And that was sometimes to just get my energy up in the morning, because eventually I did get a job. I started working again. And I got from outside, and I love being in nature, but sleeping outside is it's for the folks that's made for it. I wasn't made on that side of the world where, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I needed a coat on. You feel me? At the time, I was like 143 pounds. I'm like 10 more pounds than that now. You know what I'm saying? But, like, it won't a game. It won't a game. It won't a game. I also know that my attitude is another reason why I hold myself accountable and responsible for what came at me too, what I received in return. I just had to be. I had to be one-on-one with self and be like, you know what? Your attitude got you there. Look at that. Somebody once told you to change your attitude. And, you know, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. You know what I'm saying? But I've been on this jank for, okay, I got some more. Do I have some more? Yeah. I do have some more. Let me acknowledge this before I just hop off. Bro, do you from, or where am I from? United States. VA by the beach. Put it together, you know where I'm at. You know the story of everything? Do I know the story of everything? Nah. Is that a book or something? I don't know. God asked is that supposed to be wasp? Are you tired of feeling nothing? Tired of floating around in the emptiness and the what? Like, yes, and now God asks, are you willing to feel everything? Sadness, happiness. Oh, okay, I'm gonna look that up. My dad is in real estate. That's what's up. Oh, that's dope. Greetings from Slovakia. Okay. I'm just stopping by to spread some love and positivity. Also to hit the like button so I can help with the algorithm. Have a blessed day, y'all. No doubt. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Like it. I should reply, is this how humans are born? It's just a story from my childhood, so be thankful if you're sad or in pain. We're still lucky because we can feel something instead of just emptiness. Yeah, that's very true. I'm gonna look that up, and you know what I'm saying. I wanna hear more about that. That's very interesting to me. But I'm gonna look it up and see what's up. Thank you for that, and thanks to all of y'all, like everybody that stopped past and everything. Like, whew. All I can say is thank you. Like that's all I want to say is thank you. That's all I want to say. I saw 32:22 on the clock too. You know what I mean? But we gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this a day at a time, step by step. You can't eat an elephant in one day, but we can damn sure be aware of it. You feel what I'm saying? We know that there's an elephant in the room. We gonna acknowledge it, but we not gonna try to bite that motherfucker head off in one bite. It ain't gonna work like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I appreciate y'all for stopping by, watching me with the likes and everything. You feel me? It's gonna be more to come, yo. It's gonna be more to come. I know what I'm here for, and I'm glad that you are here so I can share it with you, and we can all, continue to become greater and greater. You feel me? I hope you can, take something from this and, take it as a lesson and a blessing and use it to your advantage, and always know that life is good and it only gets better. We are one. ShaunQ. Nico Banks. I'll talk to y'all later.